Hi, I'm just going to do a few simple drills with frontside eastern backhand and afterwards an extreme western forehand. So it's just very simple and basic kind of drills, just to get a feel for the grip. So on my eastern backhand front side, I'll just start with an abbreviated swing. So in my previous video on abbreviated swings, I left out the follow through, so I left it at that. So this time I'll just do the opposite. I won't have a backswing. I'll leave this part out. I'll start off with the contact and just a follow through. So it's an abbreviated swing, but it's I've omitted the backswing, just the late foreswing, the contact, and the follow through. By contrast, my previous video with the shortened swing was with the backswing and just left to the contact, but no follow through. So I won't repeat it, I'm just demonstrating it for contrast. So another slow speed kind of training method is to, with the same grip, the front side eastern backhand, is to just use the wrists. So I won't be moving my arm forward, I'll just use my wrists only. I won't be using my elbows and my shoulders, just the wrists. I might put my arm out, but when I do, I'll still just use the wrists. I won't be moving the arm any further. Let's give one more attempt at it. Sorry, one more, last time. This drill might come in handy with the wrists, because they say on the serve the wrist contributes a lot, because it's the final stage of the kinetic chain, so it amplifies the motion, so even if your wrist isn't moving too fast, it still has a significant effect on the ball speed. So and I suppose when you're using the wrists on the Eastern backhand front side, you can also let your arm swing passively along, so that's another aspect with the timing. So on the forehand side, you can begin the motion with your elbow, where the wrist moves at the end. So the order of the shots, like elbows, wrist, swing. You can also do it differently, but that's just easiest. So on the backhand side, you can switch it around. You can do the wrist first, and your arm swing elbow just moves after the wrist. On the semi-western front side, it can be tempting to think more about the elbow, where the wrist is kind of secondary. So I'll just quickly demonstrate that. So I'll just begin the motion with the wrist, and my elbow will just follow passively along through the follow through. My wrist will begin the backswing. So of course, there's lots of different ways you can swing the racket on any grip. It's not mandatory to hit it one way. You can hit it several ways, but just different combinations can be more convenient sometimes. So on the forehand, you can also do it simultaneously, so the wrists and the elbows move simultaneously. You can also lead with the wrists on the elbow, or you can keep the wrist still and just use the elbow. So there's kind of innumerable different ways to hit it, but it's just so certain maneuvers are more easy compared to the others, or feel more natural. Okay, so I'll move on to extreme western. So extreme western, as your index knuckle on bevel 5, which is the end of the grip, and so your mid palm will be on bevel 4, and the balance is about 135 degrees on the handle. And so I was just going to practice the bending over, or the leaning, and the bending down with the knees. So So it's a good grip to practice kind of the body, the body torso movements and the leg movements. So on the forehand side, it's very closed. The racket face points downwards a lot. So if it's very low, it might help to bend over to pick it up easier, so it doesn't go into the net. On the backhand side, the front side extreme western, it's the opposite problem. If the ball is very low, the racket face will be very open, so the risk is it will go beyond the baseline. So by bending your knees, you'll be able to close the racket a small bit more to hit it over. So that kind of sounds kind of strange. You have to bend your knees to hit the ball lower. Whereas on the forehand, it's the opposite. You bend your knees to hit it higher. So it's just the difference between the sides.
You're good.
Thank you. Get the ball later. Thank you. I'll begin just a bit closer to the wall, so I'll have more practice. So I'll keep my torso straight and just bend my knees. Had to set my racket in front of me a small bit more as well. And I'll bend over now my back as well. So for contrast, I'll just do it with straight legs and straight back. And I'll do the bending over on the forehand side as well. So I might lean forward, and so not just sideways, to lean forward a bit as well. Frontside, it's kind of easier to slice it, along with topspin and flat. On the forehand side, it's a bit more limited, because it's so closed. But I might try to hit it kind of flat, so I'll try to hit it through the ball at a slow speed. Backspin. So the extreme restaurant on the forehand, on the backhand side, if you flip it 180, it corresponds to a rear side eastern. So a rear side Aussie, sorry. So it's a rear side eastern. So a 45 degrees on the pronated side. So that's another way to practice the topspin, because the reverse will be the same as the forehand side as well. So very quickly I'll demonstrate that. Leave it at that. Thanks very much.